Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Brent and in today's video we're going to go over how one account makes over $1,000 in passive dividend income. We're also going to go over how you can begin tracking your own dividend income 100% free, and we're going to go ahead and showcase the website and how we just hit our $1,000 mark on this portfolio that we've been tracking on the channel for the past 3 years. So with that said, if you are brand new to the channel, have not yet subscribed, go down below, hit the red button to subscribe, make it gray, hit the bell to be notified every time we release a brand new video, and of course give this video a thumbs up, make it blue. If you haven't used this website in the past, it's definitely something that I recently found out about, and I went over and imported all of my dividend stocks on there to find out that we just crossed our $1,000 of passive income mark. So we're going to go ahead and showcase that today. Now, really quickly, the stock futures are appearing to be pretty negative going into Tuesday. The S&P 500 lost, I think, over 1% today. So here, the S&P 500 lost roughly 1% there on Monday. Not a big deal. I see a lot of channels out there marking that this is the end of the run up, but we're still trading near all-time highs. So a pullback of 1%, a pullback of 10%, a pullback of 15%. I actually encourage the market to pull back because it's really difficult to find any opportunities out there in the market. The Dow Jones only pulled back 0.10%. It's still sitting at all-time highs of 13.5% year to date. And the Nasdaq pulled back the hardest, and a lot of the tech stocks have been pulling back hard here. Nasdaq in itself down 2.55%. I believe that's because of Apple and Tesla today, but I haven't really looked into it a whole lot for the day. Now, jumping over into the M1 Finance portfolio that we've grown to love here on the channel, we grew this portfolio since starting back on January 8th, 2018, publicly here on the channel. We deposited our first, several $1,000s into the account, and we've been adding to it every single week, $115.38 past few years to max out our M1 Finance Roth IRA for $6,000 every single year. Now, $115.38 on a weekly basis may seem like a lot when you're looking at the whole total amount, but if you're looking at it on a day-by-day basis, less than $25. So if you're going out to eat lunch every single day, you're spending $10, $15 on lunch, you buy yourself a couple coffees a day, that in itself is racking up, 10 plus 15, that's nearly $25 right there, depending on what your eating habits are for lunch and for dinner, for breakfast, what sort of snacks and beverages you drink throughout the day. So there's definitely ways to budget and cut expenses down in order to save roughly $23 a day, or in a week, $115.38 over the course of a year is $6,000. Okay, now what we're going to be going from here is how you can begin tracking your dividend income 100% free. Now, for this, you're going to go ahead and head over to trackyourdividends.com. I went ahead and have a link down in the description below. It is not an affiliate link. I'm not affiliated with this website at all. It is just something that I ran across this weekend, and I stopped tracking my dividend income. I used to track my dividend income and, total dividends that were paid, how much dividend income I made in a certain month, and I used to update my spreadsheet every single week as far as my buys and my sells, and every month I would do my update, but I just haven't done that in quite a while. Since you can see my last update was back in January, and even then, looks like I kind of kept up to it up until about January, and then there's just so many things going on at the moment where I stopped tracking my dividends, how many dividends I'm actually receiving on a monthly basis or just period. But I just found this website here recently, so that is the website that we're going to be kind of showcasing and how you can add your portfolio over to this website yourself. So right off the bat, if you try and copy your holdings out of here, there's not a really good way. You might be able to export it to your dashboard some way and then bring it into Excel. But in my case, because I track all my portfolios over using Seeking Alpha, I was able to just go on to Seeking Alpha, select the specific portfolio that I wanted to get, and I could just click here on the download button, and I would be able to download a an Excel document of that portfolio. And then from there, I was able to just convert it over to a CSV file. But here, we just kind of export it over to a CSV file. And then once we had it in this format with our, you can, it shows you really easy on the website. You just need to make a CSV file, either manually or by using, Seeking Alpha or, any other way. And just typing out your ticker symbol in column A, the number of shares that you own in column B, and your initial buy price. What's your average share price that you purchase these shares at? And you select your portfolio that you want to import it to, and you go ahead and upload that CSV file to it. Once you've done that, you'll have the option here for portfolio value. So this is showing that our portfolio value is roughly $34,571. So if we go back to our portfolio, $34,575. So that's pretty accurate as far as equity wise. Now, I don't really care if it's tracking my current value. My main thing here with free dividend tracker is that it tracks my annual income. And as we can see here, that our annual income recently crossed over that $1,000 annual income mark. So this portfolio alone making $1,037 here. Our yield for the portfolio is roughly 3%, but our yield on cost is 3.74. That means that over the time frame that we've owned the portfolio, the dividends that have paid out into the account, buying back more shares, the companies that we currently hold in our portfolio have grown their dividend, and the cost basis, yield on the cost basis of our original shares is roughly 3.74%. And really depends if you are able to average down on certain positions. So in my case here, there's a couple positions in the portfolio that are negative. So here, for example, I don't know if this is all time. Yeah, so this is all time. So we have a couple positions here that are negative in the portfolio, such as IIPR down 8.47 and Simon Property Group down 16.63. So I could average down on those positions, lowering my initial cost basis down, and that would increase my yield on cost for those positions as well. Here we can see that we have 30 holdings in our portfolio. There's 3 pages. Each page, I think it probably holds about 10. So here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 10 different holdings. Here we can kind of sort by, what positions we have the most of. We have the most shares of Main Street Capital because it does have a really low price there, $41.35. Our average cost is $31.30. Our profit and loss, this is kind of nice. It kind of shows you your profit and loss for each stock individually. It also shows you your dividend yield at the time, at this moment, and also what our yield on cost is. So Apple, for example, you won't get a nearly 2% yield buying into Apple now, but a few years ago, you were able to get Apple at roughly a 1.6% starting yield, and having held it for just a few years, it has a yield on cost of 1.9%. And here we can see our biggest annual income from Main Street Capital, roughly a little under $10 a month, at $97.74. So you divide that by 12, that is $8.15 every single month. AT&T, everyone knows AT&T, that one pays out roughly $70 every year. You divide that by 4 because it is a quarterly paying dividend, and that's a little over $16 every quarter. Altria, WP Carey, Pfizer, IIPR, Kimberly-Clark, Avi, and the list goes on. So I thought this was really exciting as far as a free dividend tracker. I'm not sure if you guys use other dividend trackers. I know when I shared this over on my Facebook page, I had a few other comments over other dividend trackers that others use on their phones. I thought this was pretty exciting. See that this account that we made just a couple years ago is now generating over $1,000. So one of the other cool little features that this tracker allows you to see is upcoming dividends. So depending on what portfolio you have in here, so if you have your, I have all my stocks put into here, so I can see if I click on the default portfolio here, it will kind of track all the companies that are within this default portfolio, all of their ex-dividends and their payout dates. So, oh, there we go, upcoming dividends. So here, for example, we have all the companies that have upcoming dividends. So we can really see here that the 2, 5, 8, and 11 months are really low. Like they're $70, $55 there. Most of them have confirmed out a bit. I'm not sure why this kind of fluctuates by so much here. 98, 483, 98. Kind of interesting to see the fluctuation. Another thing that came up in here was stock analysis. I think it's future value. So the future value feature here on there is also completely free. So you have your diversification, which is completely free. You have your upcoming dividends, and you have your future value. So this will kind of show you in the future what your portfolio will be roughly over, certain time frames here. This 2021, we're about 110. By the time we reach 23, we'll be roughly 151,000 if we invest anything more, just by capital appreciation, just by dividends being reinvested, buying up more shares. That's if we didn't add any more capital to it. So I think it's kind of interesting. Well, if you click on the diversification button, it kind of pops up, how many sectors that you're invested in, how many stocks you're invested in. Now, I'm invested in 36 stocks, and of these 36, 30 of them are on M1 Finance. So the majority of our single stock holdings are on M1 Finance. Now, our highest sector is ETFs. Our lowest sector is utilities. So here, ETFs make up, that's 30% right there, and funds is 27. So 30 and say 25, that is 55% of our portfolio is just ETFs, something that tracks the S&P 500. The rest of the portfolio is individual holdings that track information technology, consumer discretionary. That's where I kind of nicked and picked, what stocks I want to be buying into. So the majority of our portfolio and our cash is in ETFs. I had a couple comments on that because I did make a video on M1 Finance that just kind of showed 30 individual stocks. But all in all, those 30 stocks make up, 40%, 35, 40% of the total portfolio overall, where the majority of our holdings are in exchange-traded funds that track the S&P 500. So that is all I wanted to kind of showcase in today's video. Let me know down in the comment section below. Are you planning on buying anything? I do have some cash balance there. I was planning on buying. I'm not 100% sure where I'm going to be adding it to. I know over the past week, I had Cardinal Health drop down, pretty nice, 5.23%. But in this case, just because I know IIPR is down, I think almost 10% there, I'm just going to go ahead and put it towards this. Now, so that reinvests all of our capital there. And we went ahead and covered today how one account makes over $1,000 in passive dividend income. Also, how you can begin to track your own dividend income in your own portfolio 100% free. And we kind of showcased overall, what the features are of that free tracker. So that is it for this video. Let me know down in the comment section below. Are you planning on buying any stocks this week? If you're planning on selling any stocks this week? And if you are brand new to the channel, have not yet subscribed, go down below, hit the red button to subscribe, make it gray, hit the bell to be notified every time I release a brand new video. And of course, give this video a thumbs up, makes it blue. Really appreciate it, helps out the channel in this video. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.